Ana is an incredible support capable of crazy amounts of healing and damage as well as solid survivability options. Not a whole lot has changed with her kit from Overwatch 1 to 2 besides the increased cooldown on her sleep dart, but that is to say nothing is different at all. There are 2 less tanks on the field, which adds variety to how she plays, enough to warrant a second guide for this character. My name is Paz, and I am a top 500 support player that specializes in Ana. I have a ton of experience on this character within ladder as well as the competitive scene. Grinding Ana on Overwatch 2 has been a blast recently, but it is no doubt a lot different than before. Ana's base mechanics haven't been altered all too much, so if you were looking for a more in-depth guide about her kit, you can find that on screen as well as in the description. Today I am solely focusing on everything that is new. So let's start it off with the most glaring change, which is the new support passive, self-regeneration. It is important to understand how this works because it will aid in your survival tremendously throughout the game. After being out of combat for 1 second, you will heal for 15 damage per second. This passive does get affected by your grenade, so keep this in mind while healing yourself, as well as your friendly support. Sometimes all you need to do is nade your support in the person they are dueling and forget about it, shifting your focus to more damage in the front line or another area. Just because you have the passive doesn't mean you shouldn't receive peel from your other support though. It is only 15 healing per second, which isn't a whole lot if you were being chased down by the enemy team. I did some testing with what being out of combat truly means, and sadly enough, it really is as simple as it sounds. Being out of combat means that you haven't taken damage for 1 second. I tried taking health packs or Lucio's healing to expedite the process, but when you slow it down, it's clear that this doesn't make a difference. It does help you be more aggressive as Ana though, which segues perfectly into our next point. You've probably felt that ultimates charge a bit slower in Overwatch 2. This is because tanks give 30% less ult charge per healing and damage taken. The way you charge Nano quickly and efficiently now must change. It is not as easy as having your tank take poke damage and charging Nano before you engage anymore. Being aggressive with your damage is rewarded now more than ever, especially when targeting DPS and support characters. Ana's ultimate only costs 2,100 points. Every character generates 5 points per second. Each point of healing or damage constitutes 1 point of ultimate charge as well. Ana does 70 healing or damage per shot, so when we look at this mathematically, against a squishy target, 1 shot equates to 3.3% to her ultimate. A tank would give you 2.31% to your ultimate. If this doesn't already seem complicated enough, wait until other types of health get involved. When shooting a tank with armor like D.Va, Orisa, Reinhardt, Winston, or Wrecking Ball, you only do 49 damage due to the way that armor works. This damage on top of the new tank interaction contributes to only 1.63% to your ultimate per shot. Armor doesn't reduce healing, so it does remain at 2.31% per shot on tanks. In perspective, there is roughly a 2% difference between 3.3% and 1.63% per shot, which is a huge difference. That is the difference between about 30 shots of damage compared to 61 shots of damage to charge a full Nano Boost. In summary, shoot squishies instead of tanks. To top this all off, keep in mind that overhealth does not grant any ultimate charge. Orisa's Fortify in Overwatch 2 applies this resource. In other words, don't shoot Orisa in Fortify unless your whole team is aggressing on her, otherwise you are literally wasting your ammo. Nano can still be used as an engagement and quick save tool, but now that you have 1 less tank, nanoing your second support to keep them alive will be more common. Nanoing your Lucio to build beat against a threatening blade will carry countless games. Applying the boost to your DPS and tanks will speed up the fight accordingly and will still be more common situations. Even though the sleep dart is on a 15-second cooldown, it is important to not fall into the habit of holding onto it for too long. Sure, having at least one of your cooldowns online is smart in order to defend yourself, but aggressive sleep darts are even more impactful than before as well. Sleeping a target almost guarantees a kill now, and that is incredibly strong to have as a support. Make sure you are utilizing the ping system as well when sleeping targets. It is crazy how little people use this system. After you sleep an enemy, just ping them. Even if you have a mic, the location will help people locate the target much faster, especially since you only have 5 seconds to execute the kill now. If you don't have a mic, you can go the extra mile and do the countdown action to prevent a teammate from waking them up early. Overall, Ana's playstyle is a bit faster and more aggressive than before. She doesn't feel too much different, but I feel as though the general player base has played her much slower than she should have been. While aggression is good, it is important that the aggression is filtered correctly in your health packs and cover to utilize the regeneration passive effectively. But once this is mastered, Ana and supports in general will feel so much better to play. Damage is king in Overwatch 2. Simply healing your team will not win you games anymore. Taking aggressive angles will carry games as Ana if you can take the enemy by surprise efficiently. Look around the maps and find cheeky spots. Midtown has one of my favorites on defense on second point, allowing you to start the fight with a massive anti-nade. Just keep in mind that you can't use the same spot too much as it will become extremely predictable and you'll end up throwing. If you are interested in learning maps from Ana's perspective, let me know and I will go through the maps within the beta for you to get the most out of your utility every single game. If you liked this guide, let me know in the comments down below and I will consider making addendum guides for all of the other supports within Overwatch 2. That being said, don't forget to check out the original guide in order to get a grasp of Ana quickly to start carrying your games on support. Also be sure to check me out at twitch.tv/PazSwagger during the beta, as I am participating in a lot of high level pugs. This can help you learn Ana even faster, as well as how she functions in a top tier setting. Don't be afraid to ask me questions, but until next time, I've got to peace out and Paz out. I'll see you in the next one.